Hello, my name is Ilona. Welcome to my channel. I'd like to talk about the energy that's really going around. The energies are raising. So it's a time to raise our energy. So we are being supported by the spiritual world, and there's so much going on in the energy. It can be exhausting at times. I'm highly sensitive, so sometimes I'm like completely knocked off my feet. And other times, old pains can come up, fears, anger, things that I thought I dealt with, but apparently not deep enough. This is the time of healing. That's what this energy is about. The energy is raising our vibration, and by doing that, we will have to clean things in ourselves because otherwise we can't raise our vibrations because it gets stuck down by all the negative parts in our energy. And you can see this in the world as well. Things are cleaning up, but right now it just looks messier as ever. And that's because things need to be brought into the light. We need to face things, so they need to be shown to us, just like things in ourselves need to be shown to us. We need to look at that as well. So really, everything that's going on right now, the energies, things just become clearer now. We can just see things clearer now. And that is so important. So it may look like it's just getting messier and chaotic and horrendous, but this is part of healing. I know that may sound very strange, but it first has to get worse before we can really heal. And I mean by that is that we need to deal with those things. A lot of things we've suppressed, we've been suppressed. So obviously we've suppressed things in ourselves. Certain things we didn't want to see, certain things we didn't want to look at, certain feelings we didn't want to look at, or emotions. Things in the world obviously we didn't want to see or look at, or we were just completely unaware of, which is in a way a choice we've made. So now we need to become completely awake, not just to what's going on in the world, but especially to what's going on inside ourselves. So this is really, in a way, a beautiful time, even though it is tough, because we really need to face ourselves and our own skeletons in the closet. So it's not going to be easy. Take your time. If you need help, get help. If you just need to relax, take time for yourself, do that. Just listen to yourself and take good care of yourself and feel, really let everything come up. Don't push it away. Don't run into distractions or try to distract yourself. This is really the time to clean up things and to really become the powerful people we are, the powerful consciousness we are part of. So that's what I wanted to start with. Now I want to take a look at Australia, because in Australia, the black hats are really rolling out their agenda. What I've seen is that people cannot even go outside their own houses. They can get fines for that. It is incredibly restrictive. And I just want to take a look at the energy in Australia right now. This is the energy above, that's the Hermit. This is the central energy, and that is the Page of Cups. This is in the past, the Five of Pentacles. This is underneath, that's the Three of Pentacles. And this is the future, and that's the Six of Cups. It's interesting again, because these are not like horrendous cards, but you have to understand that the energies are working there, are actually trying to create a beautiful future, believe it or not. So it looks like it's just getting worse and worse, but that is part of what needs to be shown. We really need to see that. Not just in Australia, but the rest of the world sees this. And that's really the important part of it. There's a lot of loneliness, so people are put in their houses, so they can't just go out, they can't connect. And that's what this is about. It's about reconnecting with yourselves as well. So in Australia, the energy is about retreating and reconnecting with yourself. What I've mentioned in the first part of this video about really connecting with your energy and cleaning your energy. So it is necessary, even though it may sound like ridiculous thought, that these restrictions are even put there not only to show the rest of the world and to Australia itself, like, hey, this is our agenda, this is the Black Hats agenda. They really want full control, and they really don't care how you feel about that, because you really don't mean a thing to them. And that's really important to know. But there is also this energy of reconnecting with yourself, with reconnecting, where are you, where do you stand? And especially with all the raising of the energies, people need to look inside for the answer, for the connection to themselves, the connection to their soul. So there is a rebuilding going on, but I do have a feeling that there's still a lot of going on in Australia. There is still Black Hats influence that is pretty high there, or there's still a lot of influences there. I also have a feeling they are working underground. They're still cleaning up things. So in a way, they're using this Black Hat narrative. The White Hats are using it to keep people in their houses so they can clean up and nobody will be in their way. You also have that to keep that in the back of your head, that things like that are happening so they can do their thing as well. Of course, this is the Black Hat narrative, but the White Hats are using it. They're using it to really, in the future, the reconnection with the people in Australia and just in general, the reconnection with ourselves. So for Australia, there is a beautiful future ahead. But right now, it is a tough energy. Like I said, it's an energy of really looking inside for answers. This is really making sure people are in their houses, so they really have to connect with themselves and see where this is going, so they can become their own authority and step up, because it's about stepping into your energy, stepping out and showing yourself. And you can only do that from a place of strength. That's very important. I just want to emphasize that. I've mentioned this before in videos, but I'm just going to repeat this, is you can do a lot of things. You can go out, you can, do things, actions, but if they come from a place of hurt, of anger, of frustration, and there is a difference between really an anger because, well, you've had enough as the energy and you really want to stand up for yourself and that feels right to you, and the anger that's really anger that's accumulated of your youth, maybe even past lifetimes, and that anger is different. That's a very negative anger. So you really have to watch what is your intention when you do certain actions. I truly believe that it's important that we stand up for ourselves, but we need to stand up from the intention of the connection in ourselves. If it feels right for us, we can do that action. It feels right to us to stand up for ourselves, to demonstrate, do things. People should do that. But if there is other negative emotions behind it, it will not be a good intentions. And in a way, you'll be supporting the other side, the Black Hats, because they like that anger, they like that frustration. That's why they keep us at a low frequency. They thrive on that. They thrive on that feeling, that very negative, dense energy. So you really have to watch your energy before you do something in the outside world. Really clean your energy, feel connected, feel loving, feel open. And then when you step out, if you demonstrate, if you go out, that will be your energy. So it's important to keep that in mind. I also want to take a look at New Zealand, because they are also rolling out the Black Hat agenda there. Apparently there was one case. I think there are now 21 cases, but they completely restricted the entire country for one case. So I'm just going to take a look what the energy is there. This is Pentacles, Two of Pentacles. That is the influence above. This is the central card. That is the Eight of Cups. This is the card in the past. That's the Six of Swords. And then the card underneath, that's the Queen of Cups. And the future card is the Ten of Swords. So this is in the past. They were already going in different direction, and this is the central card. So these are both cards of moving away from something. So even though it may look very grim right now, it may really look like the Black Hats have won, they are actually moving away from that direction. I do believe that that people are waking up there as well. Believe it or not, they are waking up. This is a wake-up call, and not just for the people there, even worldwide, because people are watching this, like, what's going on there? Is this going to happen in the country I live in? So this is very important, but they are moving away from that. This is a choice someone makes, at least that's what the card stands for, with a very conscious choice to step away from a situation they don't want anymore. So that is happening in the energy. It can still take some time before you see that in reality, before you see that in our world. But they are stepping away from that. We have the Two of Pentacles. So there is still some, I believe there also in New Zealand, there are still some Black Hat influences, and there's still, it's like there's still some kind of fight going on between the White Hats and the Black Hats. Although I do believe with the influence of the Queen of Cups, White Hats are taking over, but it's very likely that there's still some cleaning going on underneath the ground as well. So in that case, again, the White Hats are using the Black Hats narratives. The Black Hats are restricting everyone and making sure that they don't leave their house or just for the necessities. And then the White Hats make sure, they work around that. So what's happening underneath the ground, they can take care of that, and maybe they even take care of other people above the ground. But this is a very beautiful influence. This is a beautiful influence of intuition, of connection. So there are things moving in a good direction, and in the future, this situation they're moving away from is going to end. So this restriction is going to end. This is a card of ending. This is the end. I really feel that people will have enough of that and will stand more in their power and in their strength. And by doing so, by raising their vibration, there will be an ending to this, because this won't be able to, they don't have the power anymore to really pull this off. So the control is broken. Like I said, the light has won. The light has won. So we really, I don't want to really say a movie, because we are experiencing this. And I know a lot of people are in a very difficult position. So just saying, well, this is a movie, just watch it, can be tough to just take like, well, I'm in a very horrible position, so I'm part of this movie. And in a way, we are all part of this incredible operation. And yes, I'm sure for some people this is very tough. And my heart really goes out to everyone who is in a tough position, just mentally, spiritually, physically. It's so important to connect now, to raise our vibration and to help out. By raising our vibration, we are creating a new world that will stop this forever. That's not going to happen again. So we really need to focus on what we want, and we want connection. We want a world of love. We want a world of unity and connecting with people and making our own rules along the way, and not have some central command controlling everything. So this is what I wanted to look at, and I hope to see you in another video. Bye.